Good morning, Vallejo. Whether you are getting ready to head downtown Georgia Street for a little cup of coffee down at Good Day Cafe, if you are heading out to the ferry to go to the city to do whatever it is you do in fabulous San Francisco, whether it's heading out to Napa or just chilling with us here, it's 89.5 FM KZCT, OzCat Radio, your hometown, homegrown radio station. This is Vallejo Project. How y'all doing out there this morning? It's DJ HuMAN back from NYC after being at the two. That's right, not one but two big Final Kiss shows right there in MSG. Had a great time. Tell you all about that later. But today's program is going to be slam bam, thank you ma'am type affair. It's all about making airwaves jiggle again here on 89.5 FM KZCT. We got a lot going on, a lot of great announcements from your friends at Vallejo Project right here in Vallejo, California. Ways for you can do giving here in the holiday season of giving. And a lot of stuff happening in social media, and Mediapedia. But we just want to get back to some old school stuff here and reminding all of you out there of the fun stuff that's happening out there in all shapes and sizes of what's happening in the local Bay Area and beyond. So we've got our call-in number, 707-652-5775. That's 707-652-5775. Right here where you can participate in this fabulous show and any of the shows right here in FM KZCT. It's your community station. And that's why we like for you to participate in any way, shape, and form that you can. So stay tuned. We've got a lot of great announcements and a lot of great stuff happening here in our show today. Hopefully we'll get some call-ins and get some information for all yous out there. In the meantime, we would like to kick it off with a figure who some of you might think is a bit out there, but you know, the fun thing about getting older in this society right here is you can do all sorts of things and have all sorts of fun. Let's kick it off with the big man, Kid Rock, and let's see what he's got to say for himself these days.
As I pass the rail yard, black leather jacket on a Friday night, fire up the lighter and a lucky strike, radio saying take a walk on the wild side, and it's got me feeling like rock and roll. I can see the banner on the courthouse flying, proud red, white, and blue. I can see her waiting on the corner smiling, 'cause she feels just like I do. Now she's sitting right next to me. Everything's how it ought to be, being young in the land of the free. And she's got me feeling like a little bit of fun. in my old two-seater rolling down the boulevard. Headlights shining on the rusty fences as I pass the rail yard. And it's got me feeling like go wide open, it's a pedal down kind of thing. A little bit of downtown blues, a little blue suede shoes, the sweet emotion raining all over me. Give me that heart and that soul. I'm back in rock and roll. I'm back in rock and roll. I'm back in rock and roll.
Oh, yeah, we had a bit of a slow start there. Now that the software is rocking. We're going to have a little show today making conspiracy fun again. Let's hit it up with Mr. Bowie.
Now you must agree, the times they are a-telling and the changing isn't free. You've read it in the tea leaves and the tracks are on TV. Yeah, the savage shore of 1984. They'll split your pretty cranium and fill it full of air and tell you that you're native, but rather you won't care. You'll be shooting up on things on models never there. Beware the savage shore of 1984. Come see, remember me. All-night movie road. You said it would last, but I guess we enrolled in 1984. 1984. I'm looking for a ride. I'm looking for a party. I'm looking for a sign. I'm looking for the treason that I knew in '65. Beware the savage shore of 1984. Come see, remember me. All-night movie road. You said it would last, but I guess we enrolled in 1984.
Ooh, remember when that was a scary date? 1984, David Bowie. Oh my God, from way back in the day. And he was talking it back then. And hey, there's all sorts of crazy stuff going on out there in the interwebs. And stuff that was controversial just even a few weeks ago is now being spread all over the place, tweaking noses and pushing buttons. And that's what it's all about, especially if you're working some of the nonprofit entities, especially right here in Vallejo. It's all about tweaking noses and getting stuff done. You can't make an omelet if you don't break a few eggs. And that's what's really going on out there in social media airwaves these days. It's about speaking your mind and letting people know what's actually going on in reality out there. Similar to my old television show that's coming back with a vengeance, Reality Check TV. So stay tuned to that. Check out realitychecktv.com. Actually, just put that into the Googleplex, and we're still number one when you type in Reality Check TV. Find out for yourself. And what have you been doing out there, kids out there in the radio land since I've been gone? Have you been out there doing something for the community? Have you been out there doing something for the world? Have you been doing something for yourself and your family? Because that's what it's all about. And we've got a lot of great stuff going on in here. In fact, I want to make sure that you check out the new Vallejo Project calendar, which has been released about 2 weeks ago. It's fresh, hot off the charts. It's a beautiful calendar. It's got some great artwork that features a lot of the landmarks here in Vallejo that you probably have seen every day, but you get to see them in a different way from a very artistic interpretation of, say, the Ferry Building, of the Empress Theater, of other landmarks that you know and love, as well as a really great feature of the new Vallejo Project calendar is, as I grab it across the way here, every month and then every day, little square here, it shows you what Vallejo Project is up to and what you can participate in. We've got on Mondays, free yoga. On Tuesdays, free tutoring. And it also gives you the heads up on city council meetings so you can participate. Thursdays, free tutoring, yoga, and when GVRD board meetings are happening, yes, the public is invited. We've got Art Walk on second Fridays of every month. And, of course, every Saturday, Farmers Market, 10 to 1. And that's where you can check out and see the Vallejo Project people and participate. We got a lot of great new programming happening with Vallejo Project coming up in the new year, 2024. Can you believe it? 1984 to 2024. Crazy, man, crazy. But, what really has changed since 1984? I mean, we are not quite there yet as far as the dystopian society that was predicted by Mr. Orwell, and also in the famed movie that came out, and David Bowie's own song. Let's not make that happen. Do you want to eat the bugs? Do you want to own nothing and be happy? I don't think so. I think you want to just do right in the world. I mean, there's plenty for everybody, and you've got to be the forefront of that out there. And the best way to do that is participate in the community. Like they say, the one thing that they used to say is act locally, think globally, or be globally, or act nobly, or just do something. Get out there and participate in your community, even in the smallest ways. You can, hand out flyers at Farmers Market. You can participate with nonprofits like Vallejo Project. You can participate in some of the great old school fraternal organizations like the Oddfellows. That's right. We're actively recruiting with the Oddfellows. Oddfellows and Vallejo Project have been partnered up over the years. You may remember when Vallejo Project was down at the old hub, and that building is the Oddfellows building, as you well know. And of course, we'd love you to go visit the Brickmania kids down there if you're into Legos and you're looking for Christmas gifts. But you do remember when Vallejo Project was down there in the hub, and we had all sorts of stuff going on there. We had art, music, we had giveaways, we had Christmas stuff going on with Santa. And that's a great way that two organizations work together. You've got the Red Men in town, you've got the Elks Club, you got all sorts of old school fraternity stuff, which basically, if you know the history of any of the old school fraternity organizations, they were there in order to be sort of a support system for the workers. So, and then here in Vallejo is the steel workers and the iron workers and the shipbuilders there on famous Mare Island. And there was no such thing as Social Security or Medicare or even health insurance, so to speak of. And if anything happened to you as a worker, your fraternal organization would support you with money and time. And maybe if you didn't make it off from work that day, as the Oddfellows say, take care of the widows, educate the orphans, bury the dead, all those things that, the government did not take care of back in the day. You were pretty much on your own. And the interesting thing is that Franklin Delano Roosevelt, when he instigated the New Deal, he was an Oddfellow and instigated a lot of the tenets of the Oddfellows into the Great Society, which brought about Social Security and Medicare and the things that we take for granted these days, all came out of fraternal organizations. And fraternal means fraternity. Everyone working together, grouping together to help out your fellow friend, your fellow persons, and, be there for a helping hand. And that's what organizations like Vallejo Project are all about, putting out a helping hand. That's what we like out here. And if you've got a story, or if you are participating in something that's helping out the community, or even the greater world at large, give us a call, 707-652-7775. And you can tell us what you've been up to and what you plan on being up to in this holiday season. Season of giving, whatever your religious bent is, whatever story you adhere to, it's a season of giving. It's a season of family. It's a season of giving. And that's a universal thing. And that's what we need right now with all the turmoil going on in the world. That's right. You can get out there and make someone smile. Make someone happy. Just make someone happy. Well, I just flew in from New York City, and boy, are my arms tired. 2 big nights at Madison Square Garden with the legendary Kiss. That's right, end of the road tour. The last time that, or so they say, Gene, Paul, and the boys will be rocking it. And I'll tell you, for an old guy like me, having a 72-year-old man in high heels, slinging a guitar, flying over your head is a great inspiration. And reminds me there's more work to be done and more fun to come. But, some of the original members weren't there. Of course, Peter Criss was not there. Great man, a lot of fun. Always good to see him at a drum clinic or at a autograph signing. One of the older members of KISS. And, of course, he sended all his love and regards. And Mr. Fraley, there was some talk about him possibly being on the last tour several years ago. But, the show must go on. And he's actually releasing some new music and keeping the KISS tradition going on. And I'll tell you, it was a rock and roll show that was not to be missed. If you were there, you saw it. If you were not there, you're square. But I'll tell you, what's happening right now is if you are planning on making a difference, sometimes you got to shake things up. Sometimes you got to say or do things that might, make people look askance. But how do you get noticed in this world? How do you make things happen? Well, sometimes you got to shock them. Sometimes you got to shock me. Ace Frehley, classic KISS, right here, 89.5 FM, KZCT.
Your lightning's all I need. My satisfaction grows. You make me feel at ease. You even make me glow. Don't cut the power on me. I'm feeling low, so get my high. Shock me, make me feel better.
Whoa. So I walk into the studio this morning, and there's a Vanity Fair magazine. Yes, they still make magazines out there. And I'm looking at it, and who's on the cover but the gorgeous, incomparable, irrepressible Barbra Streisand, looking gorgeous, as she always does. I just have a thing for the noses, I'm telling you. Oh, my God. But I'm looking at it, and I'm like, and of course there's a great photograph, Richard Avedon classic photograph. I'm like, wait a second, is this from like the 80s or something, or this magazine? No, November 2023. Barbra Streisand on the cover of Vanity Fair. Amazing. Now, there's a whole interview in there of her. A lot of classic photos, from the 70s and 80s from her heyday. I'll tell you, as a kid, I was madly in love with Barbara. She was wonderful, and I just love the look. Just love the look. Oh, we have callers coming in. Burn up the lines. We'll get to you guys in a minute. So she was just like one of my all-time favorites as a kid. Even though I was a rock and roller, had a great appreciation for all of the American standards and American classics, because I used to listen to WNEW AM on the radio there in New York City. Going to work with my dad in the morning, he'd always have the WNEW on, and everything from Sinatra to Barbra Streisand to all the great old crooners, and it was just wonderful. That was part of my musical experience when I was younger, and of course was always madly in love with Barbra Streisand and everything she did, which proves to you that the classics will never die, and there's no school like the old school. Unbelievable. So when you're out there checking out things with the music, the plethora of music out there, don't forget to reach back into the past in order to bring that forward into the future. And that's what it's all about. In fact, there's some very interesting stuff happening with people that you might really not know about, especially if you're up here in Northern California type area. You might think this might be a little bit too, Midwestern, flyover state stuff. But from an unexpected quarter of the world, we've got someone that you wouldn't really expect to be putting out a rock album, but the Irrepressible. I mean, talk about us old people still rocking it. You may have seen a certain halftime show with a certain sort of country, western, Grand Ole Opry crossover singer who's known for a certain theme park and a certain look and swagger, who's actually out there making some rock and roll. Oh my God, who could it be now? I think it's Dolly Parton. And she is a rock star.
After school, I know the rules, do my chores in a hurry. My radio, my records, waiting, stop my sanctuary. A teenage dreamer, dreaming one day I could be a star. I close my door, turn on my amp, and plug in my guitar. I'm a rock star. They say if you can dream it, you can have it, so I play. Hear me play. Rock star. I stand before my mirror, play, sing, and dream someday. I'll be standing in the lights, setting shows out every night. Have 'em dancing in the aisle. I'll be famous. I'll be a rock star. Stop that god awful music! Mama's yelling from the kitchen. Me, I smell success along with Mama's frying chicken. Dad comes in my room, unplug my amp and start his picking. But to their sorrow, I'll just do the same dang thing tomorrow. I'm a rock star. They say if you can dream it, you can have it, so I play. I play rock star. I stand
goodness, Dolly Parton, rock star. Who would have thunk? Crazy times, crazy times. I'll tell you, I would much rather have a lady with experience than someone who is wet behind the ears, because those ladies got talent, those ladies know how to rock, and they know how to shake the world and bring it on home. And I just want to throw out a quick little dedication to my own rock star, the beautiful Dana, who also, fabulous singer, fabulous talent. She rocks my world. And just to let her know, I'm revving up the beast. I'll be home soon. And trust me, it's always a good old time. Oh my goodness. That's the trouble with some of these videos. The intro is longer than the song. Send this one out to my baby. Give me all your loving.
Like a boomerang, I need a
ZZ Top, give me all your lovin' right here on 89.5 FM KZCT OzCat Radio, right here in fabulous Vallejo, California. And now let's kick on over to the more serious side of things. What's going on here in the neighborhood? A beautiful day in the neighborhood. What's been shaking? Well, I'll tell you, Vallejo Project has a lot of stuff going on here in the new year, and we want you to be part of it. In fact, we've got a new internship program, Cultivates Career Pathways for Youths. This is for individuals between 16 and 26. The initiative primarily targets those seeking internship opportunities to fulfill requirements set by the Vallejo City Unified School District, as well as those interested in volunteering or participating in free classes outside of conventional schooling. That's kind of what we need right now. Conventional schooling has gone down into the yuck area. And a lot of people are, that's why you see a lot of young folks not making it happen, because they're just totally disinterested and disappointed in the type of education that they're getting these days. And who can blame them? You know, it's what we need is not only general education and teaching kids how to think and how to reason, how to use, oh my God, common sense perhaps, but also vocational training as well. And that's what Vallejo Project here in the Vallejo area is out to do. Nurturing the seeds of growth. Internships such as, what's this called? G Suite Proficiency. Interesting. Carpenter's math, wellness training, basic life skills. How to open a bank account, what to do with your first paycheck, what to do if your car breaks down. I mean, you're surprised how many people just sit there and have to scratch their heads. You know, a lot of the modern vehicles out there are not like the Beast. If the Beast goes a little quirky, you just pop open the hood, jigger a few wires, and off you go. Modern automobile technology is very, very different, and but not insurmountable. You know, we can train people, at least basics on that, to keep your vehicle going, because getting your vehicle going gets you to work, which means you get your paycheck and you pay your rent. It's just that simple. And that's the kind of skill sets that we're trying to impart to people at Vallejo Project. The initial phase of 46 hours introduces thought-provoking online sessions, the core principles of sustainability and stewardship. Sustainability is not just all of this, global boiling. It's about sustaining yourself within your community and being a productive member of the community, and which gives you time to contribute back to helping out with nonprofit organizations like Vallejo Project. And stewardship, that dovetails into the main tenet of Vallejo Project, which is servant leadership. Serving the community, serving your family, while being a leader and being a good example to those around you. You know, it's like when I used to be a waiter back in the day, when I actually, in the day where you could work your way through college, believe it or not, you could actually have a job in a restaurant as a waiter and work your way through college. That's how old I am. But one of my tenets was, when I was a server, I didn't see it as a demeaning position. Oh, I'm serving these people, I'm like their slave. No, I am a host. I am bringing them in a dining experience. I am making their evening memorable without getting in the way of their evening, but augmenting it and stewarding them through their meal so that at the end, they can walk away feeling they had a great experience. And in a simple position like being a waiter, it worked like a charm. I made all sorts of money as a waiter in tips that paid for my college education, both in business school and at NYU Film School, believe it or not. And I had customers who just, they would actually ask me to sit down and eat with them. Or they'd tell me to come back to the restaurant on my day off and they were going to treat me. Or I'd have people lined up to sit in my section. Why? Because I was a servant leader, because I appreciated their patronage. I made them feel good. I interjected when necessary and stepped back when necessary. And that's what you can do out there in the community. Step in when necessary, step back when necessary, and be a servant leader. That's what it's all about. That's what's going to bring forth the real New World Order. And gardening sustainability, paving the way for youth leaders. You've all heard about the Unity Garden over there on Sacramento Street, and the great work that we've done over there through Vallejo Project. A lot of our student leaders have worked there and gone on to bigger and better things. Sydney, who was here a couple weeks ago, gracing the airwaves, is Miss Vallejo. Went from being a student leader, youth who was participating in events at the Hub. She took my podcast class. She was there with Thomas and Aaron over at the garden. And lo and behold, she became our representative as Miss Vallejo. And that shows you that the tenets of servant leadership definitely work out. Now, Sydney's out there representing Vallejo at large. She's going to not only in things such as the Mad Hatter's Parade and representing Vallejo in fun and I'd say fun things out there, but also as a representative at the city council meetings in Sacramento. She's representing us in political ways, in social ways, being a active representative of the community. So that shows you that something as fun as participating in what used to be called the beauty contest can develop, in this case, young ladies who are out there representing as strong representatives of the community. And that's what we need you to do out there. Be a strong representative of the community, not just the community here in Vallejo, but the community at large. Northern California, California at large, the country at large. That's what we need. Because the whole thing is we're trying to give an alternative to what is commonly called the New World Order. Do you want to eat the bugs? Do you want to own nothing and be happy? I don't think so. But you got to be careful. You got to find out what's really going on out there in the world. Scour those social media sites and learn how to separate the wheat from the chaff. 99.9% of what's out there on your phone is just trying to sell you something that you don't need. Nothing has changed. Good old Edward Bernays, nephew of Sigmund Freud. He's the guy who started modern advertising, and it's all about fooling you into buying junk that you don't need. What you need to do is think about sustainability, think about contributing back to the society, and being part of the community. Because if you don't watch out, those that don't have your best interest in mind are interested. Be careful what you learn out there, because it's a takeover. Those sons of alien technology making conspiracy fun again. Warzone from their 2008 hit album, The Television Will Not Be Revolutionized. And before that, of course, the remaster of Talking Heads' Life During Wartime. What is going on here, kids? Can we make it better? Here on 89.5 FM, KZCT, OzCat Radio, right here in fabulous Vallejo, California. www.ozcatradio.com, spelt the way it sounds here on the interwebs. Just put in www.ozcatradio.com and you can stay tuned to all the fabulous music and commentators and DJs here on your local radio station anywhere in the world. We've got listeners all across this fabulous globe. Unbelievable. We get missives and messages from people all over the place. We got an email from Bob out in Arizona saying they listen to OzCat Radio 89.5 FM when he's at work, driving through the desert in his truck, delivering meat products of all things. We also got a note from George Jorge, from Paris, France, of all things, an expat who listens to 89.5 FM KZCT out there on the interwebs. And you too can find us not only here on the airwaves, but on the interwebs, www.ozcatradio.com. What can we do? Look, how can we participate? That's what it's all about here on Vallejo Project. And what else is going on? Well, we've got Nurturing the Seeds of Growth here on Vallejo Project. It's similar to like a summer camp, boot camp, where we teach financial literacy, carpenter's math, wellness training. We also have graduates of the boot camp become youth leaders, where they have to dedicate about 4 hours or so a week at the garden, learning about aquatics as far as it relates to growing plants, helping out younger kids. Then we have other advanced programs where you learn hands-on skills, welding, carpentry, plumbing, and if I have the time, some old school auto mechanics, which leads to our summer program, the culmination of achievement. Once we get our youth leaders through the program, they now choose what kind of programs they want to be part of, and they can example some leadership, such as health initiatives, basic community health courses. They can do activities such as yoga, meditation, martial arts, cultural arts, dance, drumming, costume making, bread making. I mean, all that stuff that sounds woo-woo and kind of, I don't know. But that's all essential stuff. People have lost the basic skill sets that my grandparents or their great-great-grandparents at this point had, pickling your own pickles or stuff that's grown in your yards, bread making, seamstress. I mean, you darned your own socks back in the day when they wore out. Keeping your wardrobe intact by just learning how to sew a button. A lot of people here in Vallejo have fruit trees. Apples, oranges, pears, olives. You'd be surprised in some of your friends' backyards the cornucopia of fruit that they have. And sometimes they have more than they can deal with. They're giving it away. They're practically giving it away. Well, what do you do with all that? Learn how to jar and make preserves like your ancestors did. That's the way everybody did it. You didn't just go to grocery outlet and pick up a bucket of jam. Learn that skill set. Learn how to be self-sustaining and learn how to fend for yourself so you can therefore fend for others. We have Continued Trades and Beyond, a 12-week immersive experience that's coming up where you'll be doing 4 to 5 hours a day with Richmond Builds. Interesting organization. Honing your skills in a chosen trade. It's an internship program. It's holistic, it's skill building, it prepares youth for the real world. That's what's missing out there. Preparation for the real world. And not only in hands-on trades, but in skill sets such as communication. Old school radio is still out there, as you are participating in right now just by listening, and as well as podcasts. A lot of amazing podcasts out there that are very educational. And what's interesting about podcasts out there right now is there's no time constraint. They can expound with their interviews or their topic for minutes, hours, days. Days, I don't know about that. But find your favorite podcaster and give them a listen. Support whoever their sponsors are, because that's really what the promise of the interwebs was way back in the day of Stuart Brand, where it was supposed to be a dissemination of knowledge for all and not just some. You can get an education listening to some podcasts that maybe you would only get if you went to Harvard or Yale. It's across the board right now, and you, I saw a podcasting kit for $40 on Amazon. I mean, okay, you're advocating Amazon. Well, the sooner Jeff Bezos gets to Mars, the better, if you ask me. But, $49, all right. So the microphone and the little mixer might be not the most professional, might be a little cheap. But for, less than a couple of hamburgers and a couple of glasses of beer in the city, you can be podcasting and getting your word out there. So there's, the bar is very, very low these days. So get on out there. If you got something to say, if you got a topic that is you're impassioned about, if you've got hopefully a nonprofit or something that's happening in the community that you're passionate about, drop that $40, set up your own podcast on your laptop or even on your phone, and get out there and get your voice heard. That's what it's all about there. Because if you don't, you're just leaving it to those that are, that's another good song. You're just leaving it to the legacy media. And as we all know, the legacy media, the CBS, NBC, CNNs, all of those, the old school stuff that we, as older people, used to listen to and actually thought was what was really going on, the most trusted man in America back in the day, Walter Cronkite. When we saw him on the television sets back in the day when there was only 3 main channels, we just assumed that's what was going on. Because if Uncle Walt said, well, then must be true. But as we all know now, you never know what the mainstream media is going to tell you. And now, the news.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned about one-sided news stories
plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these stories simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 things, you're nothing. In the scope of 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 things, you're nothing. Well, something to me. Well, something to me.
Oh, those sons of alien technology. They knew what was going on way back in the day. Don't become collateral damage. Your dreams are what I sold you anyway. Before that, Don Henley, Dirty Laundry. And, of course, the news brought to you by, well, those fabulous three-letter organizations that we all know and love so well. Right here, 89.5 FM, KZCT, OzCat Radio. Right here on the waves, the interwaves, the outer waves, and all the waves out there for all you kids out there in fabulous radio and internet land. How can you participate and not be collateral damage? How can you make a difference out there? Well, participate in your community. That's what Vallejo Project is all about, and a lot of the other great organizations here in Vallejo, California, and environs. There's Faith Food Fridays that happen all the time right here. You can see that big banner out there by the main drag, and you can participate in that. I mean, if you are in need, which a lot of people are, you can head on down to those Faith Food Fridays and pick up some groceries if you need them. If you're working and you got an extra couple shekels in your pocket and some extra time, you can go down there and volunteer. A lot of volunteer opportunities out there in the community where you can participate. So take advantage of that. Take advantage of being able to go out there and help the community, because that's what we do here with Vallejo Project. So you can still call in. There was a caller in there a little earlier. I apologize for not picking up, but we're going to try and get you all patched in right now. So if you want to make a call into 707-652-5775, let us know what you are doing out there in the community so you don't become collateral damage. 707-652-5775. And remember to mention our donation button in the upper left-hand corner of the homepage of OzCatRadio.com. And you can actually donate $1 or $2 to keep OzCat Radio on the air. Because on the air is still kind of cool. I mean, I still listen to AM radio. I hear they're going to phase it out, maybe because some certain opinions on AM radio don't coincide with the New World Order. But that tonality, that AM tonality is so cool. That's what I grew up with. So when you hear certain songs through the AM radio, it just has that tinny, trebly feel to it that's so old school and brings you back. You kids today won't know that, but there's a certain feel for that. I mean, that's how I learned all about all the great American music book, Sinatra and Fred Astaire and, the Great American Songbook. Google that on your magic box there in your pocket. The Great American Songbook. And you too can learn about where all the great music came from. Tin Pan Alley and early Broadway and all those great musicals from the MGM years that my mother watches on TCM all day long. I'll tell you, if I ever see another Fred Astaire movie, but those are the classics and real talent, and really amazing what was done back then with the technology that was available in order to entertain the masses and really bring forth that message that anybody can be a star, and not just a movie star, because I mean there are no more movie stars. It's just like there are no more rock stars out there. That era has passed, but you can be a rock star within your own community by giving your time and efforts and money to a worthy cause here in town. And even the simplest thing is throwing a brother $1 or $2 if he's short, or helping out somebody paying their rent, or bringing some groceries to a relative who's in need. Like they say, charity begins at home. If you got a relative, an aunt, an uncle, a cousin, a grandma, a grandpa that is a little short and might appreciate a trip to Gross Out or a trip to Safeway, or even down to the local 7-Eleven or something, or take them out for a cup of coffee or something, just do it. Just do it. Don't hesitate. Don't overthink it. Just do it. And not only will you feel better about yourself, but you've done something good. And why not? And that's what builds community. And interestingly enough, when we were out at the KISS concerts at Madison Square Garden in New York City, there was a real sense of community. All right, there's the commercialism. It's KISS, Gene the Money Machine, and, all the T-shirts that were $50 a piece and all that. But it was real community. And that's really what's cool about old school rock and roll, is that when you went to a show, you were with others of a like mind. And it was funny because I was talking to somebody in the rotunda there in Madison Square Garden. He says, he goes, just love every minute of it. This is the last time you're going to be hanging out with all these people of a like mind. And I don't think it's going to be the last time, but that's what rock and roll was all about, or any music genre. You're out there with people of like mind. It's community. In a concert setting, it's a celebration of music and a celebration of that particular culture, whatever it may be. But you can still have that celebration, even going to the little farmer's market right down here in Vallejo, downtown, from 10 a.m. to 1 on a Saturday. It's our community. We welcome people from other communities come down and participate. Of course, we are soliciting and supporting local farmers, local entrepreneurs, the Honey Lady, the Salsa Lady, our friend who dances out in front of the antique store. You've got down the street from the farmers market, you've got the community, I'm going to call it a flea market, but a lot of people selling T-shirts and herbs and, the two gals that were selling the seaweed concoction. Holy mackerel. And you never know who you're going to run into and what kind of education you might get for your own health and your own well-being if you just keep your mind open and talk to people, get in the conversation. Really, the farmers market and events like that is an opportunity for you to interface with other people in the community, and you just might learn something. Because in this day and age, a lot of people, especially on the interwebs, they get on Twitter, they get on Facebook and all this nonsense, and they spout and give their opinion, and they don't even know what the hell they're talking about half the time. Without getting too specific, certain associates of mine got into a Twitter battle. And they were, accused of this, that, and the other thing, and they wanted to retort. And my suggestion was, you know what? These people that are giving you grief on Facebook or whatever it was, they're going to forget about it within 48 hours. Within 48 hours, whatever grief they were giving you is going to be forgotten, and they're going to be on to the next thing. And sure enough, I was right. Because one of my other multiple personalities, the curmudgeon, who you're going to hear about in big way in 2024, says he's always right. And it's true. You can ask anybody. When there's some sort of big controversy on the interwebs, especially on anti-social media, as I call it, it usually comes and goes within 48 hours, and then it's gone. So don't worry about it. If you're doing the right thing, you're contributing to the community, you're supporting your family and your extended family, and you're giving back, you're helping to educate youth, you're helping to contribute to the society as a whole, that's not what you can do for your country, then you're doing the right thing. And you're always going to get grief. Even if you're doing the right thing, you're always going to get grief from somebody, especially the bots. So just keep on keeping on. Do the right thing, as that old movie used to say. One of my old alumni from NYU, when he was out there making movies. Do the right thing. And you'll always feel better about yourself, and you'll be able to sleep well at night. So what else is happening here in the community? Be sure to get down there to the farmers market and check out the Vallejo Project calendar. That's for sale. Not only will you be supporting Vallejo Project and all the great things they're doing, but this great calendar that I'm holding here in my hand. Let's see, January is the Empress Theater. February is the Ferry. March is Marine World, Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. It's going to be one of the last remaining theme parks in California, believe it or not. Another one, April is the Ferry Building again. May is Mare Island. All sorts of groovy stuff here. Building 46, former home of the Mare Island Museum, for July. That's my month. Be sure to celebrate July. That's when I was born. The St. Peter's Chapel. I mean, yeah. Have you ever been out to Mare Island? St. Peter's Chapel. I mean, historic buildings. A lot of history here in Vallejo. Be proud of it. Be loud and proud about that. And be sure to solicit our Maritime Museum here. Tell your friends about it. See if you can get some of your buddies from the city to come up here on an afternoon, on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. Why don't you reach out to some of your buddies out there in the city who are working and say, hey, instead of just trolling around the city, get on the ferry, come on up here to Vallejo. You drop right at the end of Georgia Street, which is our main street, and walk them around. Take them to some of the restaurants in town. Show them some of the antique stores, some of the great arts stores, and meet some of the artists that are happening here in town. And, as the afternoon rambles on, take them to Townhouse, buy them a drink, show them the fun and show them the community here in Vallejo and how it's really a lot of lost old school Northern California vibe, which is really a lot of fun. Or drag them up here for Art Walk on the second Fridays of every month. Have them buy some art. Have them hang out there at Integrity and see some local musicians. Community means communing. It means you have to participate in it. You can't just go, yeah, whatever, that's for somebody else. No, you got to step up to the plate. You got to make it happen. No one else is going to do it for you. You got to do it. 9:28 here on Tuesday, December 12th, 2023. Oh my God, we live in the future. It's crazy. It's a lot of fun. And speaking of the future, just so all you kids out there know, check out Indiegogo, because there's a little thing called Aliens, Astronauts, and Dinosaurs out there, a homegrown community organization that promotes science education for young people. It was also a museum that I had the fortune to be part of. And, part of the shtick was aliens and science fiction and that. But the new incarnation of that is science-based. We're going to be getting some artifacts from NASA, moon rocks, and actual pieces of actual space suits from the Apollo era, as well as an opportunity for kids to learn about dinosaurs. Aliens, Astronauts, and Dinosaurs on Indiegogo. You can participate. You can get some free prizes if you donate, and it's for a good cause in order to try and get this museum back going again. It's educational, it's inspirational, and one of the tenets of Aliens, Astronauts, and Dinosaurs on Indiegogo is about telling young people about careers in space travel. Now, that sounds like science fiction, but it is 2023. And if you've been paying attention to anything on the interwebs besides Candy Crush, you know that there is a plethora of opportunity for careers in commercial space travel. Now, if you remember the old movie Aliens, what was the Nostramos, the spacecraft that was the basis for the film, where all the action of the film happened? It was commercial space travel. They were basically like a shipping company. And even when that movie came out, that seemed akin to a golden age science fiction. That's where we're at right now. I mean, SpaceX and Virgin and Blue Origin are all about transporting stuff from the surface of the planet to orbit and beyond. So they're basically a glorified trucking company. So if you want to be a space trucker, wasn't that a song? There's a career for you people out there. It's pretty amazing. So that's what we're trying to advocate here. I mean, as grassroots as we are with Vallejo Project, with education in terrestrial-based careers such as gardening, such as carpentry, plumbing, welding, I can see the next phase, which would be careers in space travel, and not necessarily, being a spaceman or an astronaut, but commercial space travel, where you'd be a space trucker. You'd actually be, with a baseball cap on, and a plaid shirt. When I don't think you'd necessarily be hanging your left arm out the window if you're a space trucker, but moving goods hither and yon between planets. Imagine that. There's a career that might be coming around sooner than you think. So even though Vallejo Project has humble beginnings, teaching the youth of our location and locale skill sets such as carpentry, urban gardening, crocheting, music, basic finance, how to show up on time, how to tie your shoes. You never know. In short order, we might be teaching people how to be a space trucker.
Well, we had a lot of luck on Venus. We always had a ball on Mars. We beaten all the groovy people. We rocked the Milky Way so far. We danced around with Borealis. We're space trucking round the stars. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go space trucking. Come on, come on, come on. Space trucking. Remember when we did the moonshot? I'm gonna take a leg away. We moved to the canal, the moon stopped, and every mark would dance and sway. Got in our solar system. We're space trucking round the stars. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go space trucking. Come on, come on, come on. Space trucking. The bottle that we rolled was moving, but now we got a new machine. The freak said never that could really swing. They got me licking the solar system. They rock the Milky Way. They dancing down with Borealis. They're space trucking every day. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go space trucking. Come on, come on, come on. Space trucking.
some of the work gets kind of hard. And this ain't no place to be if you plan on being a star. Let me tell you, it's always cool. And the boss don't mind sometimes if you act the fool at the car wash. Whoa, 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 whoa. Talking about the car wash, yeah. Come on, y'all, and sing it for me. Car wash. Woo, woo, woo. Car wash, yeah. Work and work. Well, those cars never seem to stop coming. Work and work. Keep those bags and machines humming. Work and work. My fingers to the bone. Work. If I can't wait till it's time to go home. Hey, get your car washed today. Fill up and you don't have to pay. Come on and give us a play. Get a wash right away. Like a car wash. Talking about the car wash. Car wash, yeah. Come on, y'all, and sing it with me. Car wash. Sing it with feeling, y'all. Car wash, yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Those cars never seem to stop coming. What I say, keep those bags and machines humming. Let me tell you, it's always cool. And the boss don't mind sometimes if you act the fool at the car wash. Working at the car wash, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Car wash. Talking about the car wash, yeah.
I learned in school, this I learned today. If things were bad, well, you throw them away. Don't keep them round, put them away. Into the garbage, there they will stay. I had a friend on the playground. He didn't like the way that I ran around. I was faster than him and he tried to hit me. So I put him in the garbage, there he will stay. I put him in the garbage, there he will stay. I put him in the garbage, and there he will stay. Until the garbage man comes and take him away. Hey! dismay. You're gone tomorrow, but you're here today. When you're done, it's time to pay. And they put you in the garbage, there you will stay. They'll put you in the garbage, there you will stay. They'll put you in the garbage, there you will stay. Until the garbage man comes and take you away. The garbage man comes, take you away. The garbage man comes, take you away. Yeah, the garbage man comes, take you away. The garbage man comes, take you away. Garbage man comes, take you away. The garbage man comes, take you away.
Oh my goodness. There's all sorts of jobs out there. There's space trucking. Oh my goodness. There's car washing. I mean, you got to have a car wash or a spaceship wash, and it's got to be a garbage man. Garbage man come, take him away. King O Meat. Back from Meet the King. And space trucking, Deep Purple. And hey, and of course, car wash, yeah. Which had a lot of great stars in that. Richard Pryor was in that, I believe. And who else? Do you know who else was in car wash? Call in right now. 707-652-5775. Lines are open. I'm pushing the call button right now, so if you call in, we're just going to throw you on the air, whether you like it or not. And, you know, a lot of old school bands, even though Kiss has officially retired and turned into Avatar, now Avatars, there are a lot of the old school bands are still coming around. Steve Miller Band's actually coming around, believe it or not. We've got Def Leppard. They were more of an 80s band, but they put on a heck of a rock show. And Journey, yeah. Of course, it's not the same singer as it was back in the day, but how many bands have the original members out there? Well, King O Meat does. And you still got to go out there and say it loud, say it proud. So, 89.5 FM, KZCT, 947 on a Tuesday morning, December 12th. The fog has cleared up, and what are you doing to be part of the community out there? And if you're a musician or have a band out there, and I'm calling to all my friends out here in the East Bay, you know who you are, who may be considered to be a classic thrash metal bands, and etc., especially some of my acquaintances up there in Marin who have been part of classic 80s and 70s bands. Get on out there, show an example to the community, keep participating, keep rocking, and show the kids out there today that rock and roll is here to stay. You know, I've been to many a Burning Man experience, a lot of raves back in the early days of raves, back when they were more like a mini Burning Man experience. I was out on 13th Street in Oakland. This is back in the 90s. Anybody remember Furman Floppy's Flop House? That was an old friend of mine. He started out as a Irish house painter, and he was starting to throw these sort of Burning Man-esque raves. He put one out on this old abandoned, I don't know what the hell it was. It was some sort of bar / could have been a Oddfellows Hall. Who knows what it was. Half the roof was caved in. He walked into this room. It was a huge old bar room with a huge old like a 1875 bar with a big mirror, all like dusty and cobwebs. I have no idea how we got this place. You walk in, there was this makeshift dance floor with some Radio Shack lights and a DJ playing the early versions of that crappy rave music. And then you walk upstairs, and it was like, I guess it was used to be like a hotel or something. but there was like 6 rooms, and half the wall had fallen out. But where the rooms were, every room had an individual weird thing going on. There was, there was like a lesbian sideshow. There was a rubber room. There was one room that was all pink with like a styrofoam in it. There was these other guys doing this sort of like heavy metal weird jam with like tiny, tiny amplifiers. Very Burning Man-esque, where every room was a different theme. And, of course, that's all documented on an early version of Reality Check TV, soon to be coming to the interwebs. Stay tuned for that. And I walked outside, and as you walked out onto the roof of one of the many layers of this building, there was a big billboard. And there was one of those scaffolds where you walked out, where I guess the workers would stand on it to paste up the paper for the billboard back in the day. And who did I run into but Keith Knight of the Night Chronicles? You may remember him from doing cartoons in the old SF Chronicle. Prolific cartoonist, activist, brilliant guy, great humorist. Marginal Prophets was his band back in the day. Lovely guy, very talented. Hoping to run into him again soon. And that's where I interviewed him for the first time, was up on that billboard. For Reality Check TV. And, a lot of great, interesting grassroots personalities came out of the Bay Area, not just the classics from the 70s or even from the 80s. So you think of the 70s, you think of the hippy-dippy days, the 80s, you think of the thrash metal days, but all in between, there's all sorts of different people that have been doing art in all sorts of genres, whether it was music, whether it was comic books, whether it was static art, motion art, especially a lot of the cyber art, if you will, with computers, projection mapping. Unbelievable. It's almost like when you get into somebody's car from like the early 2000s and you look at the heads-up display that's in the center of the console and you see things like Pandora or, like another music app that was popular for a minute back at the era when they released that car, and you go, man, what is this? Does anybody even use Pandora anymore? But so much software, so much innovation has come and gone because it just didn't catch on, or it was, sub rosa, it was below the radar. You could spend a whole year digging up marginal rock stars, marginal artists, marginal technology, stuff that came and went that was so popular back in the day that nobody even knows about. Remember when you would get a CD, an actual CD that had all sorts of, it was like a CD magazine, and you popped it into your computer and all sorts of things would happen. Different animations would happen. There were different chapters, different interviews. You never see that stuff anymore. Of course, it's all on the web, and even websites back in the day. It was so important to make your website so innovative with interactive things and animation, and you click on something and something else would happen. Now, it's like a postcard. The modern day website, since everybody looks at it on their phone, has to be simple, dumbed down, and just get right to the point. I ran into a guy at a bar when I was coming back from the Fan Fest at Moscone Center a couple of weeks ago. Young guy, he was from, some Qatar or something, some Mideast country. And we were chatting, and he asked me my name, and he looked me up on LinkedIn, and he goes, "Oh, you work for Vallejo Project, the nonprofit," and then scrolled right past it. So, and because that rolls to the top, because that's the most recent thing that I've been doing professionally, and didn't even bother to look at the rest of my resume. And that's how it is right now. People just want that quick shot. That's what they know about you. That's what they know about your topic. That's what they know about what you do. And they're on to the next thing. Depth is gone. So when you're out there and trying to do good for the community, hit them hard, hit them fast. Make sure that what you're doing for the community is visible and is at the top of the Google search, so to speak. It's at the top of the first page, or else people will just glaze right by it. And that's what we're trying to do here at Vallejo Project. We're trying to be top of the page and being top of the page for the community, being visible, being noteworthy, and being out there so that people understand that it's all up to you to be part of the community, giving back, be a servant leader, give to the community, and be a fine example, not only for the youth here in Vallejo, but for everybody else too. And that's what all of our DJs and participants here at KZCT strive to do at 89.5 FM, OzCat Radio, is be servant leaders. We're here to bring you entertainment, education, information, and fun on the old school airwaves, both terrestrial and on the interwebs at www.ozcatradio.com. A lot of great shows here. Please stay tuned and participate when you can. Be sure to go to our website and donate. Be sure to go to vallejoproject.org. Yes, back in the day, they designated ORG for organizations, specifically nonprofits. So go to vallejoproject.org and donate. Help us out. And if you don't have a shekel to throw at us, then participate. We got a lot of great stuff happening. In fact, coming right up, Vallejo Project has got a interesting thing going on here. It is the Holiday Bazaar and Gumbo Feed. A gumbo feed. How can you go wrong with that? It's going to be at the community center. If you have questions, go to vallejoproject.org. Join us for a festive, heartwarming community event. This Holiday Bazaar and Gumbo Feed is the opportunity for us to come together to celebrate the holiday season in our community in a joyful setting. 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday, December 16th, the Norman C. King South Vallejo Community Center, 545 Magazine Street, Vallejo, California. 545 Magazine Street, Vallejo, California. You see that exit from Magazine Street when you're on the freeway. Just jump off on that, plug that into your GPS on Saturday, December 16th. Free gumbo. Come on. It's free food. What's stopping you? You've got free toy giveaways, a visit with Santa, ho, 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 who wouldn't know, a holiday market, food and retail vendors, so get your holiday shopping, free parking, live holiday music, community resource fair. Now that's very important. There'll be booths there for community resources. So you show up for a free plate of gumbo, do a little holiday shopping, and you find out what kind of community resources are out there. Not just Vallejo Project, but other community resources for either you or for a friend or a relative. You've got cooking classes, hot chocolate bar, and the community resource fair. What more do you want? So that, once again, is our Holiday Bazaar and Gumbo Feed, and I hear the gumbo is quite excellent. 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, December 16th, at the South Vallejo Community Center, 545 Magazine Street, right here in fabulous Vallejo. And there might still be time to sign up as a vendor. Vallejo Project -vendor 2023. Just email us or go to vallejoproject.org or email us at specialevents@vallejoproject.org. So that's just the way it sounds. Special events at vallejoproject.org. There's probably time if you wanted to be a vendor or if you have a community organization that want to participate. And just go to vallejoproject.org. It's a holiday celebration. It's lots of fun. You can't go wrong. What's wrong with you? Get involved. Make it happen. And just participate, because that's what it's all about here on Vallejo Project at 89.5 FM, KZCT. And keep on rocking out there, kids. This is DJ HuMAN. And it's all about making it happen. And of course, we gotta have some Kiss. Take us out, boys. 89.5 FM, KZCT, OzCat Radio. This is the HuMAN, and I stood there when the 72-year-old man flew over my head saying, I was made for loving you. We're out.
Gather round, children. Got a tale to tell you. It's all about loving a brother. everybody's gotta say it, and they've got to say it. I say mine is up, baby. You say yours is down. I don't care what everyone is. Ends up in the ground. You got yours in water, baby. I got mine in air. I don't think you understand, baby. I do not care.